All right, let's do another blues lesson. So we're going to go in the key of C to start here. We've got our C7 chord, 8-10, 8-9, 8-8. We're going to come down to the F7 chord, 8-7, 8-6. Go back to our 1. Eventually we'll have the G chord, the G7, 10-9, 10-8. That's starting on the A string going down. Down to our F7. And if you can get that finger to mute that big string, and if you can get this finger to go down and mute that little string, then you're free. My thumb will also help out with that big one sometimes. But you're free to hit all the strings and not worry about hitting anything that you don't want to hear. So let's check this out. This would be a 12-bar blues in the key of C. So you're going to use your C minor pentatonic scale to get going. Now with these 7 chords and these blues progressions, you could also turn that into a major 7 and get your happy blues going. So that would be an 8, 10 to 12, 10, 12, 10, 12 to 14, 12 to 14. 13 gets you back to your C, and then you're in the B.B box. So you'd also have those kind of things, or okay, so you can either go minor pentatonic, and your minor pentatonic could also have that flat fifth in there. And of course we have our combining positions riffs. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, and. What if you played rhythm and you played those chords? Then I'll do some soloing and we can be working that way together as well. Because when you do the blues with people, you want to solo for a while, and then you want to play rhythm for a while and kind of change back and forth, switch back and forth. So you both get to solo, you both get to play rhythm. It's a lot of funner that way. So let's try that. You guys gonna play the chords? A 1, 2, 3, and. So some of the things I was doing there was hammering into the major third when I was on the C chord. That doesn't work as good if you're on these other chords. But while I'm on the C chord, so I'm able to use the notes from the major pentatonic, whereas the minor pentatonic notes are here. But you end up being able to like combine those. So think about that. We have the note from the minor pentatonic, the note from the major, the root note, the note from the minor again, the flat 7, a note from the major again, another kind of root note, and then we have our flat 5th that we can get in there too. So all of these notes down here, 11, 10, 8, on each of these strings are really game. That's your root note right there. Then I get into these riffs where I'll do a note from the Pentatonic Minor but going into the major note. You also have stuff like here where you can get into a chromatic thing. And this is also part of that C7 arpeggio. that's your major third right there. So we got 1, 3, 5, flat 7. That's the arpeggio of the C7. We have 1, 3, 5, flat 7, and we have 1, 3. So, and then here I would go like add a little note from the pentatonic to kind of help us with an extra note so we're not so arpeggio kind of thing. And that's where you have all those options. You have those little chromatic things you can do. You have the minor third to major third kind of things. There's your root again. And so when I went up here, I went into the next position. There's going to the major third. Remember how we had that one? So I'm in the pentatonic minor up here. But I can do that little hammer into the major third when I want it to sound happy blues there. That's another way to do a little chromatic. That was another little riff I like to do sometimes. When you know you can throw that major in and it's not like a heavily minor thing, then you know you can do these riffs. Okay, now you guys solo again. 1, 2, 3, and. And this is just that 7-9 chord extension of the 7 chord. Take it. All right, let's take a quick look at some ending riffs we might do in the key of C. So these are these double stops that come from that C chord. You can do a chromatic one there. So all I did is I went backwards. It's very common in a blues ending to go like do-dee-doo, kind of like triplets. And then any matter of like making that chord, whatever notes you want to use to finish that. So another one is, and usually that kind of thing would be followed by like a up a half step 7 chord back to the C. So let's take a look at that. C to the E major third, 4, flat 5 to the 5. So 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10. And then 9th fret 7 chord. So let's take a look at those two riffs again. 12, 12, 12, 3rd string and 1st string. And we're kind of coming to that chord, like I say. So 3 and 4 and whatever you want to end with there. So the other one would be, let's try that. 3 and 4 and you could do a chord coming from the other side of that into that. So Okay, so let's pick another key real quick. Let's pick a hard one. Let's say A flat. Where's your A flat? First, you got to go to the big string. You got to find an A, or if you know on the way there, you can find the A flat on the way there. So big string is E. F is first fret. G is third fret. A is fifth fret. A flat is fourth fret. So your pentatonic scale is up in here. If you wanted pentatonic major, okay, so let's try it. You guys solo. A 1, 2, 3, and. A flat to wrap it up. Another A flat. Dominant 7 is that one. 4, 3, 4, 5. Kind of an interesting one. So what if we were going to do our blues endings in that key? So here we'd have that's where our major notes are. If you look at those double stops up there, that's how we find the high one. So A flat 7 chord. So once again on that, we got the 3 and 4 and then our walk-up riff would be. Okay, so 3 and 4 and okay, so it's good to be able to do that kind of stuff in all different keys. And as I go with this blues lesson series, we'll have more kind of interesting, fun turnarounds and endings and openings and stuff like that. So thanks for watching Damon Wood Guitar Lessons. I'll have a new blues thing starting Blues Day Tuesday. So every Tuesday I'll have a blues lesson coming. So check that out. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.